Hello YouTube. Today we're going to be looking at ECOMI or the OMI token. For those of you who don't know, OMI is a NFT type service specializing in collectibles. There's a wide variety of licensing and interesting things that have been going on. The ROI for the last year is very interesting. Interestingly enough, just looking at CoinGecko, the top 1,000 coins, this was actually my pick for the next coin to moonshot or 100 to 1,000 times or 100x within the next couple weeks. I saw videos from BitBoy, Andrei Jihk, many other YouTubers promoting this coin, and actually ever since it's dropped off a little bit. I think it's in a little bit of a consolidation period. Honestly, the graph isn't that attractive. I'll be 100% honest. Um, it's like I say, it's consolidating a little bit. We're at a little bit of a drop here. Volumes are still good. It's still kind of catching on some steam. Like it's brand new, I think is the big thing. It's been around since about 2018. Like getting licensing deals, etc., etc. They've had a really good licensing team that's really been able to push some things through and get some things going. We'll talk about that in a couple minutes, but this is the thing that is another reason why I think that it has a moonshot potential. The only main exchanges that it's available on is Ascend EX, formerly BitMax, Bitforex, Gate.io. Now, for me as a Canadian resident, I use these two first exchanges, and honestly, I had a little bit of trouble um, purchasing my OMI. Now, for others that have been in the crypto space for a little while, you may laugh at that, and that's totally fine. As a newbie, honestly, that's one thing for entry that it's going to stop some consumers from purchasing. Actually took me about a week to get reamped up to purchase this. After I saw the BitBoy video, I almost held off. I thought, oh God, like I don't know if I want to get involved in that. But I remembered my fundamentals. I went back and read my research, and actually the Andrei Jihk video gave me a little bit of confidence. Like really and truly, there's no, it's a very new type company. There's a risk of this just going to zero, and if that's the case, that happens. That's fine, no big deal. But the market cap rank even has gone sky high since I chose this as my coin. I say that like it's my coin, but it's not. It's just something that I personally had went through the DD of finding. So I think it's something worthy of riding till the end. Um, one of the main reasons actually that I picked it as well too was the 24-hour volume was pretty damn good. Like the trading volume, market cap is still rising. It's already hit its all-time high, so there's a chance for some wiggle room. I think, like I mean, look at this. This is nothing really. But like I say, the other big catalyst that we could have is these exchanges. Once it gets put on some big exchanges like Binance or Crypto.com or eToro or any of these big um, exchanges, like there's a really big chance for this going to lift off. Now let's actually just talk about the actual ecosystem for just a minute. It falls into the collectibles, but there's also this really interesting ECOMI makes this secure wallet. Now, this is totally separate from the OMI tokens, but this is something that I think should be spoken about because I tried so hard to find this interview and I can't quite find it. I thought it was with David Yu, but it's not. It's with somebody else on their team, and it's a really good interview. And I found it a couple months ago when I was doing my research on this token. But basically, this is like a debit card size secure wallet that NFT supports, so all of your collectibles can go on here. Secure offline storage, like a ton of digital assets that can go on here, wireless and portable. Now, one of the big things that I found interesting from this interview that I watched, and I'll try and find it again later if people are interested, but the thing that I found really interesting is Lost. This is the big thing. The I think he was a CFO or COO, whoever it was. It wasn't the guy who they have right now, but just look at this for a second. 20% of all Bitcoin is lost unrecoverable. Just imagine that's 20% of a company's stock like Apple or Microsoft. Do you think 20% of a loss or oh, we just can't find it? Like that would be totally unacceptable. Like I think that's a big reason of why certain people aren't getting into crypto is they're so afraid and they're afraid of getting scammed or stolen or whatever. So this is something that it's kind of a big deal. And then also it has this NFT support as well too. The other really cool thing about this, and I can't quite show it in the video or the in our video, but there's a little bit of a bend to it. You can put it in your wallet. You can sit on it without it breaking. Now I'd be a little skeptical of that. I'd use one of those like really protectable like steel wallets. I forget what they're called, but I don't even believe that I think they're sold out. Yeah, unavailable. I think a couple months ago signed up to be on the wait list for this. And yeah, so this is the cool thing. Lost your secure wallet, not a problem. Get a replacement secure wallet and use your recovery code. Blah blah blah. So obviously, like not ideal if you lose this thing, and I think that's the thing of why that they've made it in such a way. Because yes, like you may lose it. Now obviously, if you've got lots of money on there, yeah, don't lose it. Pretty simple. But yeah, so cool little charger, little manual, little cable, all the rest of it. Anyway, that's not what this video is meant to be about. Um, there's a couple things. So with this company, the VEVE app is something that this is where all the collectibles are done through. So I'll show you in just a moment. Let's pull it across over here. Sorry. So next evolution and digital. We can just look on here. There's some big names here. So I forgot where my list is gone. So these are the lists of already sponsored and licensed things. So let's just take a quick peek. Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek Picard, Star Trek Discovery. Those three alone, also with CBS, huge. These four on the actually these three I know really quite well. Huge names, huge name. Now a wide breadth of different things as well too. But as farther we go down, like oh my goodness, Street Fighter, one of the biggest like games in general, like for a growing population. Batman, one of my favorites. Superman, not so much. These ones here, obviously, really popular as well. Monster Hunter, don't know those as well. Capcom, huge. Imagine if they got like Dragon Ball Z. The other big one is Pokemon, and then the Pokemon has so much room for growth. Like if they were to get Pokemon on board, and I saw a lot of shit posts about like April 1st, they were gonna bring on Pokemon as a licensing deal, blah blah blah. That never ended up happening. The company, ECOMI, they've had a really good guy to go down and chase these licensing deals, so they're ahead of a lot of anybody who tries to catch up. So like that's the thing. Like there's nothing proprietary about this company, but they've already built it, and when you build it, people will come. And I think that's the thing is people are starting to come around to this. Like even for myself, I'm like, why would anyone want that? Well, let me show you. So this in particular, this is something that got me kind of interested. Now everybody knows Back to the Future, and yeah, you may say, oh, okay, the graphics, not that great, blah blah blah, whatever. Well, if you pull this up and you pull it out on your phone, it looks hella cool. And you may say to yourself, oh, okay, yeah. But go check it out online. Go check out the videos, checking out this DeLorean, and tell me that it's not cool. Now, arguably, yes, a little bit pricey. I'll go into how that works in just a second with the gems. But this is the thing as well, too. And this is the thing for the ecosystem that, the more people spend, the more it gets burnt. There's a little bit of a cool tokenomic in there as well, too. But this is the thing, like, this is a collectible. And that's the whole point of this consumer base is to collect and that kind of thing. So yeah, and obviously there's different models to it, etc. But basically what happens is when you get onto the app, you get into this ECOMI app, the OMI app as well as rather too. But basically what you do is your OMI tokens, you trade 1-for-1 for gems in the token app. Those gems is how you purchase your collectibles. So say for example this Batman you wanted to purchase and have it, I forget the name of it. It's not because obviously this stuff is all you can set up to your Oculus and VR, but you can AR it as well too, and kind of put it like with Pokemon and like Pokemon Go and like all these kind of things. Like oh my goodness, guys, this is definitely a moonshot, in my opinion. So Again, everyone has their own thoughts. Like I said, this was just my personal pick. But yeah, let me just jump back to that for a second. So the gems that you purchase, they are used in app because the price of the OMI token fluctuates so much. It's always one for one switch. Those gems, like you say, once they're converted to gems, you can't convert them back. So make sure if you are converting the OMI to the gems, make sure you know what you're doing and that you're going to be purchasing with that uh, currency or that money. Now, like I say, for me personally, I had a bit of a difficult time actually getting set up with these guys. I ended up doing a USDT pairing. Actually, I think I had Bitcoin and I did a swap and I ended up purchasing that way. If I don't do it again, I'll just do it through USDT or Tether. That's the way to do it. If people are interested or they're having troubles, getting their OMI tokens, let me know and I'll do a separate video about how to go about doing that. The other thing that I used was a Trust wallet. MetaMask is another one that you can use, but because that these secure wallets are not available, I think eventually I may try and get one of these. I think they're just kind of cool to myself personally, but they're a little expensive. They're about $200 Canadian. But hopefully that gives you guys a brief overview of OMI or ECOMI. There's a couple different things going on, right? Like obviously there's a secure wallet, there's the OMI platform, and then there's this VEVE. This is your collectible digital licensing program. So like I say, there's a lot of moving pieces rather. So these are the three different scales that you can get of this thing. But go check out the video online. There's a video someone posted on Twitter, I believe. Maybe I'll put it in the description or something like that. But you walk up, you literally can like it almost looks like you can sit in your DeLorean. Now, as I know, Andrei Jihk is a big Back to the Future fan. For me, it was personally, I thought it was kind of cool that he checked out this coin. Like I say, for me, again, personally, this is something that I had picked, so a little bit of confirmation bias seeing one of your favorite YouTubers pick it as well too. So like I say, the only kind of thing that held me out of getting it originally was the exchanges. And I think, like I say, once that changes to once that goes to a bigger exchange, a little bit better known exchange. Not that these aren't well known, they're just not as user friendly in my opinion. And for people who are new to crypto, this is still smaller market cap, but I think it's on its way. So you heard it here first. No, you didn't hear it here first. But there's a lot, like I say, a lot of people looking into this coin right now. I still think there's a lot of room for growth. Um, it's still fluctuating around quite a bit, but there's also still some whales there. But there's also a really cool thing that I'm just going to touch on right before we finish this off because I don't understand it all perfectly. But there's a daily OMI burn. So for example, let's say for example you bought this thing. So this is worth $69. So let's say for example, I think it ended up being like I think it was 15 to like 30%. So yeah, let's say it's sold for like $70. Um, Let me just get the calculator out here really quick. I don't trust math. 70. Yeah, so for this $70 purchase, there would be 17.5 to 25.5 OMI tokens burned, which may not seem like very much, but that's automatically increasing what your OMI tokens are worth, just for somebody purchasing the collectible like they would hopefully be doing at all times. So like I say, there's some big names here. There's going to be more coming. I can't see there not be more coming. Like big stuff, guys. Big stuff. Like these are huge names. Not that that's the only thing, but this is also really cool too. Like you can have a virtual showroom set up in your house. Like it's really cool. I know it sounds kind of like who would want that? Well, a lot of people actually. Especially with COVID, people are a little more isolated. They obviously yes, maybe not spending as much, but as we start coming out of the pandemic, this hopefully will be something really cool to do. Like I say, if they can somehow get on this Pokemon Go or Pokemon, collect, battle, trade, something of that sort, that would be the ultimate catalyst. This thing will be beyond the moon, guys. So get in. Like I say, get in, guys. This is not financial advice. This is just my own personal thoughts on the matter. I think this thing is primed, ready to go. But like I say, guys, do your own DD, do your own research, check it out. Also check out Andrei Jihk's video on OMI as well too. He probably does a better job of breaking it all down. But after I saw his video, I thought to myself, hey, this is really cool. I want to get my own. I should have done my own previous. Like that's the thing, right? When you do your own research, you gotta trust it. So, learning lesson for everybody, myself included. So, anyway, folks, hope you have a good rest of your day.